Okay, I'm going to assume that you can see that okay, unless anyone tells me. So hi, thank you for having me for this talk. My name's Jenny, I'm a senior lecturer in social sciences at Nottingham University, and I lead on student experience across the school. And I'm going to do just a whistle-stop tour of some of the initiatives that we've put in place over the last couple of years to ensure that our neurodivergent students and the wider disabled student community are heard but also celebrated. So firstly, we have a role called student executives. These are paid roles that students can apply to go through an interview process. And their role is to sit on governance committees that we have to give that student voice, but also to lead on projects. And they come to their interview with a particular project in mind. In the last couple of years, we've had a number of students come with projects that were related to our disabled student community. So last academic year, we introduced a specialist disability student executive, and we saw a huge increase in the number of applications for this. And when speaking to the students, it was very much because it spoke to them as a disabled student. So 3 of our 4 student executives for disability this last academic year were neurodivergent. One of the projects that we have that have come out from the student executive role is the open forum for students with disabilities that I'm going to talk about on the next slide. But what we've just launched as an output of that forum is a project to create some disabled student profiles. What we're seeing is students coming and saying that they don't feel heard or their condition isn't recognised. So we're hoping that by creating a suite of online resources, either written or videoed, depending on the preference of the student, across a number of disabilities, we can hopefully increase that awareness amongst the student and staff population. But really importantly, it's about hearing their experience, including the positives, so the strengths of their condition, their diagnosis, their disability, and how that contributes to them as a student, as well as some of the challenges and issues that we might need to be aware of. So as I mentioned, that came out from our open forum for students with disabilities. This is something that we've run for a few years now on the project of one of the student executives, and it's evaluated really well. And the increase of students attending that are neurodivergent has been substantial. And so, as I said, one of the projects was that disabled student profile. We are moving to an online version of this year, learning each year about what works best for students, and we're hoping to do some more robust evaluation around this forum. But essentially, it's a place for students to come together, connect, share their experiences, and for us to learn from them. I seem to have lost the ability to move my slides along. There we go. So one of the other things that we've done the last couple of years is celebrate Neurodiversity Celebration Week with certain events, again, all run by our student executives. Last year, we had a kind of initial event where we scoped out what it is that people would want to do, helped raise profile of some of the support services and initiatives we have in place. But this year, we had one that had events that were run by our student executives. So Sarah ran a session with showcasing neurodiversity literature and a Q&A panel with our alumni who are neurodivergent. And the quote on the slide shows the impact that that had. The other session was run by Tyler and Evan, who did showcasing of individual students' passions and interests. That initially had 4 students say that they would be happy to talk about their interests, but at the actual event, people in the audience were impromptu asking to do talks, and there was a real buzz within the event because of that. And speaking to students after the event, it became really clear that they hadn't felt so listened to and able to be their authentic self in quite a long time. So it was really important for them to kind of be celebrated in that way. We also launched our neurodivergent student buddy system last year. So this was having neurodivergent students in 2nd and 3rd year supporting our 1st year neurodivergent students. We did a scope and exercise the previous year about what that would look like. And then we built on that for this academic year. But the key things being buddies have to be neurodivergent from the start of the year to the end of the year and based on subject in terms of matching. And then finally, we launched our Neurodivergent Alumni Mentoring Scheme. So this is for final year neurodivergent students to help with that transition from being a student to a graduate. And Sarah on the screen worked really hard on this project, working with our employability team as well. And we're currently going through the evaluation of this. But Sarah won the Unitemps 10th Return Award for her hard work on this. And what we've seen so far in the pre and mid point surveys is that the scheme is running really well for both mentees and mentors, and we'll be having our final evaluation in October. Thank you very much.